Okay, we left off over here. We're in the Hakdama. The Chofetz Chaim is offering reasons why people, even great Talmid Chacham, they're not proficient in halacha. They don't study Shulchan Aruch. Sibishni, the second reason, Shigoram the Mait Limit Shulchan Aruch. Why we don't find Shulchan Aruch is studied. Ledati Neishik Var Shikovid Adova Meod Leida Meno Hadin Lamazim Neheschalkus Rov Deus Abu Bachronim. Since there's so many multiple opinions cited, Dein Odom Yodea Ech Lifnos Al Isatzal Limidus Molam. How do you finally make a decision? Who's right? You have multiple later authorities arguing. Now, how do you come out with any degree of clarity? So everybody remains in what? You're in a fog at the end of the day. So what's the point? You have to be at that special level to have that mind to be able to discern what is the primary position, what's not the primary position. Kashi Yirtza Odom Tobed Lahachmi Bedover Gamkin Eino Derech Kvusha. He says, person, you know something? I'll study, and I'll deal with it. I'll take the most stringent opinion. He says, no. It's not always the right thing, because the Gemara discusses. Sometimes, in a situation where you take the most stringent opinion, it may manifest itself ultimately in leniency. The Gemara says in Psachim, we rule that once could fulfill his mitzvah of Tashbisu, the positive commandment of ridding yourself of chametz, does not be burnt. It's machlokes Rabbi Yehuda and Chachamim. Rabbi Yehuda says a bir chametz el l'sreifa. The only way you can fill the mitzvah is only through burning chametz. I mean, we do burn the chametz. But we hold any means of disposal. Any means of disposal. Samara says, if you hold shreifa, it's chumrados likula. It's a stringency which only could bring to a leniency. Why? What happens if the person can't find firewood? Right? So if it's limited to burning, if you say any means of disposal, you're able to fulfill the mitzvah, okay. So you're able to fulfill the mitzvah, whatever. Person's done. But if you take on the more stringent opinions, only burning, so what happens if you can't locate firewood? Well, this year I'm not fulfilling the mitzvah. So by taking on the more stringent opinion doesn't mean necessarily you'll always be in a better position. So therefore, very often not understanding the inner workings and the applications, ultimately being strict could lead to leniency, that you're not going to be able to fulfill the mitzvah. Chaim Volozhin in the Nefesh HaChaim writes, and this was a problem, he had a problem with Hasidim. The Misnagdim, the Hasidim, they're very into the spirit, the kavanah, the this, the that. So he says if that would be the case, he says before a person starts, he'd be so focused on that he'd end up never studying. I'm not worthy. How could I put on tefillin unless I prepared that I'm only at a certain level? Hashem wants you, even the most simple, just do the mitzvah. Everything else, it'll come afterwards. You don't have to be all charged up and all to have that broad, deep feeling with the mind. You don't have to have that. Even without that, it has value. And he makes a point on this. Because he says, otherwise, he says, if it's all just in the spirit, get all emotional, to God, but that's not what Hashem wants. Hashem wants the Torah, and afterwards, as one develops and advances, okay, you increase it. And it's intermingled with Yerushalayim. No, that's not the reason. Today it's a whole different. The world has changed totally. Yeah. Those people already were at that special level. We're talking about people who are ignorant. They know nothing. Originally, it started off with people who weren't knowledgeable. Today, it's a world where Hasidim are, what non-Hasidim are, it's a whole different world today. Everybody agrees. They learn. They have yeshivas. At one time, they didn't have any of this. They didn't exist. Odra isi v'sponati ki me'esha liked v'kitza berhetiv is divrei hataz. Umogad Avram, there's one of the, we have the Berhetiv, if you take a look under the Mechaber, it's printed here. It's an abbreviated compilation of the basic commentators on Shulchan Aruch. Taz and the Mogen Avram are the two commentators on Shulchan Aruch. Turizov, Mogen Avram, they were contemporaries. And he cites their positions in a very abbreviated way. V'od b'forshim u'tshuvas shekadmu, and other commentators. Ato hu le'erach meu shloshim shana. And he says it's been 130 years since it was compiled, from the time that he's writing this Chofetz Chaim. Mosa Eisarata Rabu Kama Kamo Rabu Kama Gaonim Fusam Forshei Shulchan Aruch. Since then, since this was compiled, other people, great Gaonim, Eliyahu Rabba, Mati Yehuda, Maimon Mordechai, Rabbus Keinu, V'gam Shari Tshuva, Lo Huva Mehem Ki Ma'at Mizor Meizim Makomos. Even the Shari Tshuva, which is also a compilation, only brings only a small degree of these positions. Ubefrat Sefer Pri Megadim, Asher Sefer Nichbod Ma'ot. Pri Megadim is a primary sefer in Psak Halacha, both in Orach Chaim and in Yoredea. Pri Megadim. It's interesting who Pri Megadim was. Just a little historical background. Pri Megadim, and he wrote a commentary on the Moed Ram and the Taz, and also on the Shach and Taz in Yoredea. Pri Megadim, and he elucidates their positions and has many insights, and it's a primary commentary on them. What did he do? He was a poor man, tremendous Talmud Chacham. He would study with rich people's children. He lived in Germany for many years because he had wealthy Jews there who had tremendous libraries, and he didn't even get paid necessarily. They would just, he would study with their children. They would allow him to use their libraries, and they would offer room and board, meaning he was able to live in their homes, and he would have food, and he'd be able to study, and a certain part of the day he would take off and tutor their children. That was the Pri Megadim. And during that time, he wrote his commentary on Orach Chaim and Yoredea, during that period of time in Germany, the Pri Megadim. Asher Bomur Kol Simin V'Simin Yonim Lamase. In every one of the Simonim, he addresses insights which are novel with Spashto Rosam Yisrael, and that they've been accepted. Pri Megadim has been accepted through it's been disseminated. Lo Niske Kamat Chol Shari Tshuva Klal, and the Pri Megadim is hardly mentioned in the Shari Tshuva. May Ribui Sifrei Hashel's Tshuva Shoy Mutal Olav Lahatik Lo Hetik Miforshei Shulchan Aruch Hametzuyin Kimat Klal B'Somach Alamayin Bom. And even what he cites, he doesn't really cite what they're actually saying. You have to do your own research. He only gives you the address to go look there. Gam Harbi Varbi Gonim Fursamim Shenispash Divrei Ba'olam Acher Hatfos HaShari Tshuva Kumar Gon Reb Kiva Eger Derech Chaim. That's the Nesivis Umogen Giborim Artzos HaChaim. That's the Malvim in Orach Chaim. The Malvim has a commentary in Halacha. It's called Artzos HaChaim Chodome. Zos for Acheres Reisi Boni Vamal Yisrael. He says we see the paltry degree of knowledge that Jews have. He says people, when if things are not clear to them, the person has to start researching many of the latter authorities. There's no end to it. Where do you begin? Where do you end? Therefore, he's been awakened and he's been strengthened with Hashem's chesed to correct all these issues. He's going to present it in the most comprehensive, elucidated level that it's for any person who has any other consumption. At this point, when he wrote this, he says he wrote a commentary which is sufficient to grasp all the aspects of the halacha until Hilchos Tefillah, until after Shmon Esrei. Korasib Shmo Mishna Berura. Mishna Berura. It's an elucidated Mishnah. Berura. Bo bi'arti beis Hashem Yisborach es kol din v'dim shulchan aruch betam v'nimuka b'morah poskim. He says he's elucidated all the laws mentioned in Shulchan Aruch, its rationale, its sources, and the final word. Ashaluyeh b'sefer achosu. Ashaluyeh, it shouldn't be like a closed book where we don't know, you just accept it at face value. He also he gave the conclusion, I'll call din. We'll leave this for tomorrow because I want to explain who these people were. Okay.